Welcome 9th grade children to the history class. Today we are going to see prehistoric Tamilagam. I welcome you all to the Z-Learning platform. Welcome. Now, today we are going to see various excavations happened in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so we got a huge amount of facts about the old age, that is the Stone Age human beings. Okay, so let's see what are they. The first thing is lower Paleolithic culture in Tamil Nadu. Okay, Paleolithic you all know, yes. Now one of the oldest Stone Age tools made by human ancestors, hominins. One of the oldest Stone Age tools. In the previous classes we have learnt about hominins, this term hominins as the old Stone Age tools made by the human beings, and these majority were found in the Tamil Nadu, okay, and which place is in Chennai, Adirampakam, okay. Kosathalayar river, okay, Kosathalayar river was a main, that is in the previous classes we saw that wherever there is water bodies, rivers, okay, a very good alluvial deposits are there, humans started crowding together, that is settled together to form a very good kind of a living, that is a kind of civilization started there. So in the same way, this river was a cradle of human ancestors because it is a very good river, a very good place for cultivation, and all the human ancestors started crowding there, that is started settling there. Okay, so what they do is this kind of species, the species which were there was Homo erectus, and Homo erectus was the previous, that is a step before the Homo sapiens. Okay, Homo sapiens, they are more advanced and more improved in the cognitive skill. But Homo erectus, they are erect only in the backbone, but still they have the certain elements or the features of the ancestors, okay, ape ancestors. Now, 1863, Sir Robert Bruce Foote discovered Paleolithic tools at Pallavaram, Chennai. Okay, he was a great excavator and he was settling as when they know about this. This place has more excavatory, that is more witness about the Paleolithic culture. What they did is one person called Sir Robert Bruce came to that place in Chennai. In this excavation, they found more hand axe assemblage, that is, it was still preserved in Madras Stone Tool Industry and Chennai Museum. Okay, and these hand axes are made out of weapons, and these handles are made out of wood or the bones. Okay, it is very useful for digging, for hunting, and etc., for other purposes also. In the next slide we can see a few terms, that is two terms as important terms like archaeological excavation and cosmic ray exposure dating. Okay, archaeological excavation refers to digging undertaken to recover archaeological evidences like pottery, okay, then tools, then animal bones, even human bones, and they have even taken pollens also. Pollens also shows the time period when it was on the earth, like that, in order to understand the past lifestyle of the human beings. Okay, this is called archaeological excavation, and when you dig under the earth, automatically you will get certain things, especially these tools, pottery, animal bones. Later and all, they started getting coins also, okay, metal items, metals and coins and all. But this time period, this is very, very old Stone Age people. So what they did is only tools and pottery only were available, and even human bones also. Then cosmic ray exposure dating is a method in which exposure to cosmogenic rays is done for dating the samples. As soon as you get the samples, they will use this method of cosmic ray exposure dating to find out the time period when it was on the earth, like that, okay, or how far it is old, when it was in the existence in the world, or who were using it, everything they'll be getting from the time period when they use this dating method. Okay, in the next slide you can see basalt rocks, okay, and few other important tools here. Paleolithic people hunted wild animals, that's we all know that. They didn't have knowledge of iron and pottery making. They don't know much about, because lower Paleolithic people doesn't know how to create iron or the pottery making and all. Okay, hand axes and cleavers were the important tools, and used hammer stones and spheroids. Okay, hammer stones means like for tearing the flesh of the animals, like these also, these are spheroids. Okay, used quartzite pebble and cobbles as raw materials, used basalt rocks for manufacturing artifacts. Okay, and these rocks were even taken for the artifacts also. Artifacts you already know, to create paintings and other things. Basalt rocks are igneous rocks, and it was dating from 2 to 1.5 million years at Adirapakam. Okay, this place they found this igneous rocks, okay, or the basalt rocks, which were used mostly for the artifacts, mostly, and other times they use it as for the tools also. Okay, in the next slide we can see Middle Paleolithic culture. First we saw lower, now we are getting into Middle Paleolithic culture. You can see few microlithic flakes from Tamil Nadu. Everything they are taken from Tamil Nadu, because today we are seeing about the cultures of, that is Tamilagam culture. Okay, so smaller artifacts were used. Smaller artifacts, you know, these were very microliths. Okay, very pointed, very small in size, and these were used for the artifacts like painting and other things. Okay, so miniature paintings, in the sense, in such a manner they started doing artifacts. Then coals, flakes, scrapers, knives, borers, Levalloisian flakes, hand axe and cleavers were the artifact types. What are the different types of artifacts they were using is coals, flakes, scrapers and knives, and different forms of tools also they were creating. Okay, then evidence, Tamil Nadu, Pudupatti and Sivarakotai. Okay, were the places where we got these artifacts items. The next thing is Mesolithic culture. No evidence for Upper Paleolithic culture in Tamil Nadu. For Tamil Nadu we didn't get. For the Upper Paleolithic, lower we saw, Mesolithic we saw, but upper we are not getting. People who use microliths or small stone artifacts lived in Tamil Nadu. Such people were in Tamil Nadu, and we saw that they were Homo erectus. And this period occurs between Paleolithic and Neolithic. Okay, Paleolithic old, Mesolithic is middle, and Neolithic is new age culture, known as Mesolithic or middle stone culture. Terry sites near Thoothukudi have evidence of microlith artifacts. Sites have rich sand looms called Terry. Okay, so here in this that is place called Thoothukudi, there are more artifacts were found out, and especially red sand looms are there. Okay, in such areas they were finding more excavatory items, they got it, and that sand looms are called as Terry. Okay, the next slide we can see different types of other types of tools. Used artifacts made of chert and quartz. Chert and quartz is different kinds of stones. Okay, tool types, scrapers, lunates, triangle, these all we saw in the previous slides. Okay, I have shown, and here also few pictures are here. Subsistence, that is for what they were using it, hunting animals, fruits, and that is to gather fruits, to collect nuts, to dig out roots from the earth. Okay, then scrapers are tools used for scraping surfaces. Okay, if I have some scraping tools, these are all used as scrapers because they have pointed ends. These tools have pointed ends, and these can be used for scraping and all. Used for scraping surfaces, scrapers are similar to the tools used in the kitchen for removing skins of vegetables. So not only for vegetables, they are going to use it for the animals also. Okay, then triangles are tools in the shapes of triangles. Yes, triangular shapes. Then lunates are here, are tools in the shape of a crescent. Crescent means half moon. Okay, you can be able to, even if you are going to do an excavation, you are able to, with this kind of facts, you can able to find out the microliths which you are going to excavate from the earth. Lunates are tools in the shape of a crescent shape. In the next slide you can see Neolithic culture in Tamil Nadu. So first thing Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and now we are getting into Neolithic. Neolithic is new age. Neolithic domesticated animals and cultivated crops. That's another kind of a advanced lifestyle in the old age people. Okay, so this we also saw in the few classes before, and it is also known as New Stone Age. People used polished stone axes called cells. Okay. Main occupation is cattle rearing. When you do cattle rearing, automatically you will do cultivation also, because cattle rearing goes along with, that is animal husbandry goes along with the cultivation also. So lived in small villages. So they started gathering, migrating and living in groups, okay, in as villages with houses made of thatched roof and wall plastered, plastered mostly with the cow dung, with the mud cake and all. They will be plastering the wall, okay, in order to keep away the rainwater and to have a strong wall system. And evidence is Payampalli, Vellur and Dharmapuri. Payampalli in Vellur and Dharmapuri are the places you can see such kind of a lifestyle. Still there are in Tamil Nadu, you can see in remote areas, you can see such kind of thatched roof houses are there, okay, and a kind of a very what to say is remote kind of lifestyle you can see in that areas. So that is Neolithic culture in Tamil Nadu. In the next slide you can see Iron Age or the Megalithic period. Iron Age. Iron itself shows it's a kind of a metal. Okay, Iron Age, when you get into Iron Age, lot many technologies or lot many advancements in the lifestyle of human beings. So people use iron technology. So weapons which were made in stones are now started being made in the iron metals, okay. So even in our house you can see still we are using iron knives, we are using, okay, iron pans we are using. So lot many things, even axes are being used with the wooden handles, yes. So these are from this iron technology. So Iron Age foundation for the Sangam age. So when we come in the Tamilagam or in Tamil Nadu culture, Sangam age is a very important time period. So Iron Age was known as Sangam age also. Knowledge of metallurgy and pottery making. Metallurgy means metal items. That's coin, vessels, other things, tools, everything comes under metallurgy. And pottery making. Pottery, different kinds of pottery, pot, plates, everything, okay. So what are the metals they are using is iron, bronze and gold. You can see the gold ornaments and so this is a kind of a gold ornament, and this is even like what to say, ornament or weapons or like that it is, okay. Use shell ornaments and beads made of carnelian and quartz, okay, that is maragadam and all, okay. Different kinds of stone that is like diamonds and all they have taken from the earth. So these beads also were embedded in these ornaments to make it more attractive. So such kind of things also they started learning in this time period. In the next slide, megalithic burial types. People created burials with large stones for dead people, like caves and large areas. In the large stone built area, they will be burying all the dead peoples. Memorial, even memorials, okay. Ninevagam, okay, do not have human bones and they have only grave goods. So just that is human bones only, not only there. Along with that, what are the favorite things they were using, like in the mummy, like in the Egypt, what they are doing. It's a great amount of huge amount they will be hoarding it inside, or they will be keeping it safely inside in rooms or in chambers, but not here like that. In a small area, along with them, what they like, what they were using most, that will be kept there. Then grave goods are the objects placed in the burials along with the physical remains. Physical remains means this body. Okay, when you bury the dead body inside, maybe my favorite was a pen or what to say, maybe some brass items or some other things, whatever we had it as a favorite, maybe your tab or whatever it is, they'll bury that also along with you. That's the thing, grave goods. Okay, bones of the dead. People may have believed that these would be useful in the afterlife, because you are going to the heaven. When you get into the heaven, you will take your tab also there, like that they were believing. So it will be useful for you. If you are boring also, you can use the tab there, okay. Egyptian pyramids also has similar artifacts. That is followed also in the Egyptian lifestyle also. In the next slide, you can see megalithic burials classified as dolmens, cysts, menhirs. Okay, so certain burial names. Okay, we have like what to say, cemetery or other what to say, cremation ground, like that. In the same way, they have some other names: rock cut caves, urn burials, sarcophages, like that. Different names they have given for the different burials according to their custom and the that culture and all. Then burial types: kodakal, umbrella stone; topical, hat stone; and padikal, hood stone. And in Kerala, sorry, this is in Kerala, okay, Padikal in Kerala. And funerary monuments, dolmens, that is what kind of stones, what kind of things they were using for the funerary. okay, dolmens, table like stone structures, everything, okay. Different kinds of burial style was formed in the or followed in this time period, that is Iron Age period. Then stone enclosures buried under earth, in the stone enclosure under the earth, like for the cemetery, what we do for the Christians, we do in the same way. Cyst was there, followed in the old age, that is this Iron Age people. Cysts and dolmens have openings. They have openings also. At any time you want means you can open it. And portholes. Then sarcophagi, burial receptacles made of terracotta. This gets the name because they are using the terracotta here. Okay, because of the material, this name is different. And the next one is menhirs, pillars like stones erected as a part of burials or memorials. If you bury someone here they will be erecting a stone made out of stone, like a tabletop, like they will be creating it, and they will be imprinting or creating inscription or write inscription on it, that whose memorial it is, like that you can see still in some areas of Tamil Nadu. Okay, then potholes are holes found in the cysts and dolmens on one side. They may have acted as the entrance to the burials. I said in the earth engrave, okay, where you are going to bury the dead, they have portholes, and this is the entrance of the burial system. And there is a view that they were meant for the movement of the soul or spirit. If you are not going to keep that opening, the movement or the spirit will not be able to go from the dead body to the heaven or abode, wherever it is. Okay, so that is a belief they had, so only they are creating that portholes in the cyst. Okay, that is the thing. In the next slide, few burial system you can see here. A menhir, an urn covered with lids in Adichanallur, a stone circular with menhir and the capstone. Sarcophages, this is a kind of a sarcophage, so here they are going to keep the dead body lie down. Dolmen, okay, this also can be said as portholes and all. Cyst in Kodumanal, cyst here, okay, 3 or 4 people can be buried here. And here Kodakal in Kerala. Now you can see the burial ground for the one type of burial ground is Topikal in Kerala and Pattikal in Kerala. Okay, these 3 in Kerala system of burial. The next slide you can see agriculture and pastoralism. Again the same thing, animal husbandry and agriculture, that is cultivation with animal rearing. Okay, so Iron Age people, they started domesticating cattle, hunting, gathering, the same thing, and millets and rice were cultivated. What was the major crops they used is millets and rice, and they used the system of irrigation also. That is, in certain areas, as they were migrating from areas to areas, some areas they may not have enough water at all the seasons. Okay, so what they will do is they started doing irrigation also. Irrigation management was developed, and evidence of rice, that is in which places Adichanallur and Porundal, these 2 places they were using more rice cultivation. In the next slide you can see Iron Age society and polity. Okay, so society had farming communities, pastoralists and hunter-gatherers. So now what they started doing is community of people, they started settling down. When one sort of people doing farming, they have a name, particular name, okay, and another group of people, when they do pastoralism, they have another name, and hunter-gatherers, they get another name. So like that caste and community started coming over in this time period. So that created polity also. That is discrimination also. Discrimination, all rules and regulations of way of life, living, lifestyle, everything were here. Craft specialists, and their food habit also will be different. Food habit, the lifestyle, their living, way of living. Okay. Then craft specialists, potters and blacksmiths were known as professionals. They were given more importance. They were getting more priority in that time period. Then society had several group of tribes, different tribes of people, because that's village lifestyle. So there were many type of tribal people, and tribal people will be mostly doing hunting, like wild honey and all, they'll be collecting. Okay, so these all come under this kind of society. Then cattle lifting leading to wars, expansion of territory started in this period, and slowly what they did is If they have to do cultivation, they have to have enough amount of land area. So what they do is they started expanding their territories. Okay, if I am a landowner or I want to have some cultivation, I will be started capturing more and more land areas. So in that system, what is happening is wars means feudals, that is small clashes started happening between the communities. Okay, this started in this period. Pottery, important evidence was seen in the archaeological sites. Yes, mostly we were collecting facts through pottery. And Iron Age and Sangam people, they were mostly using blackware and redware pottery. Blackware and redware pottery. After creating that mud pottery, what they do is they'll paint that pot with the blackware or the redware. Okay, in that way they were using and used for cooking, storage and dining. In those days there was no much more vessels, so they were using it for storage also and even for dining also. Okay, so cooking, storage and dining were done by the pottery. The next thing is iron technology and metal tools. Megalith burials. So microlith and megalith. Microlith is micro means small stone tools, and here is megalith means big stone tools. Okay, iron objects were placed in burials as grave goods. Okay, so what they did is here mega terms as not the stone tools, but instead of that iron tools. Okay, so finally what they were doing in the burial grounds, what they were doing, they were burying even these iron objects also there. So after years when we come and excavate, what is happening is we are able to get those iron objects later. Okay, so that was the great facts for the Stone Age people. Then weapons like swords, daggers, axes, chisels, lamps and tripod stands were found. Yes, most people will be having beautiful lamp stand and all, so that also will be buried under the ground. So that also we were getting as artifacts. Then iron tools, these were used both for agriculture. Agriculture you need for digging, you need to prepare the ground for the agriculture. So for that, for hunting, for gathering and even in battles also. You know that in the previous slide we saw that small wars were happening because of the expansion of territories. So automatically for battles also they started using the tools, and they were in the Sangam period. Then bronze bowls, vessels decorated with animals and birds, bronze mirrors and bells were also found. Okay, so these were the things they were using in the metal age, okay, iron age. And you can see blackware and redware in Adichanallur, how they have used it. And iron sword really it is rusted and already it's gone. Okay, iron sword and dagger in Adichanallur, and bronze vessel from a burial at or Auroville in Puducherry, bronze vessel. You can see a bird and an animal also is there. I hope you understood the Tamilagam culture today and how the artifacts, what type of lifestyle, how they were living, what kind of tools they were using, everything. Hope you understood about today's class. Thank you. Have a nice day.